In today's anime Reborn video, I'm doing a full tier list with all the new units and also all the units after the balance changes and the update logs whatnot, since they did buff some units this update, actually a decent amount, and they did fix some bugs and whatnot which actually made units do more damage since their passives weren't working as intended or whatnot, or something along those lines. But before this video to start, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 100k, so the one thing I'm going to ask you to do is to subscribe to the channel. And if you're going down there and subscribe and you want to be getting Mercury, you want to be getting Miracle this update, make sure you like, comment and subscribe to the channel. And also I want to say, if I do make any changes about this tier list, maybe I was wrong about something or I'm gonna make some changes or things like that, I'll leave it in the pinned comment. So check the pinned comment. Has Rexon made any changes to the tier list? And make sure you watch the whole video, because I'll be making changes to the tier list throughout the whole video. I'll be explaining why units are there, and join the Discord server down below. Gonna do some videos, you know, on Discord. Find me Reborn, find me Adventures when it comes back. I'm hyped, but I've been yapping too much. We need to just get straight into the video. Okay, so I'm gonna do this tier by tier by tier, and for those of you that, you know, skip to the end, you want to hear my explanation, you want to know what to get, and I probably will make some changes, so just keep all those things in mind. If you still want to skip to the end, well, what am I going to do? But you do want to hear me explanation, because I'm going to say what the units do, why they are where they are, what's something for. If you already just want to know are any of these new units meta, and plus they've done a lot of like changes with the buffs, stuff like that. So trust me, you want to hear what I have to say, and the video's not going to be 20 minutes long anyway. So C tier, it's all like the okay epics and rares, like no one cares, alright? I mean, Sanji's a pretty good rare if you're new to the game and you need a unit to help you out, I guess, but there's no point in wasting too much time on that. We've got Rock Lee, who I think is probably one of the best legendaries in my opinion when it comes to just damage, because he's a full AoE damage. And then got Kizaru, who actually Kizaru ranks actually higher because he hits airs, and a lot of people use it for macros. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Kizaru is actually quite nice, so I'll put him above him actually, which is already one change. Got Zenitsu, who's cool little cheap epic, I guess, but like I said, it's a B tier, alright? You're not gonna expect nothing crazy. Alright, now we've got situation tier. Alright, now I need to kind of explain this without speaking so fast. So these units, I feel like you're only gonna really use them in certain situations. You shouldn't really need to use them all the time. And I'll explain each unit. So Yungossi, now Yungossi is basically the only unit that does bleed in the game. So you will need at some point, maybe if it's to, I don't know, I would say break shields, but if you need like this like bad regen enemies in the future to stop the regen, you're gonna need bleed, and she's pretty much like the only bleed in the game. She does something called Scar, which pretty much just bleed, okay, just to make it simple, just call it bleed. And if the enemies are bleeding, she does more damage to bleed, so she's actually like quite a good unit. She already has decent damage too, so yeah, should be used in like a situation where you need a bleed unit or a Scar unit, I guess. Okay. Asta pretty much, he does decent damage already. He's line away, but I would say it's anything too insane. But I'm pretty sure his passive makes it so it instantly breaks shields, which is OP. So, yeah, quite a situation. If you need to break shields, you got Asta. Then you got Piccolo, who buffs your damage to bosses. So if you need to buff your Mihawk, or just your units in general, maybe an infinite run, leaderboard run, I guess Piccolo's there. But at the same time, he is fully AoE ground, and does a kind of like alright amount of damage. So yeah, it's not too bad there, alright? So, yeah, it's kind of situational if you need to make more like leaderboard run maybe or something. Okay, now we've got A tier. Now, A tier, I feel like I need to make some changes. So, they've buffed Nanami, right? But I don't know, like, he's still line AoE. I would say he's probably better than Oden and Tanjiro. Tanjiro being here just because he's really cheap. I could even move him down, like, I'll move him down, like, here. Okay, we'll put Tanjiro here just to make it a little bit more organized. Yami. Now, Yami technically does more damage than Goku, probably. But the thing is with Goku, right? He's just an easy to place, cheap hybrid unit with a lot of range. Goku's just like an easy, universal unit. You can use him in Infinite, you can use him in Story, you can use him in Raids, use him in everything. And it's just like an easy starter unit. You place down, he's got a lot of range, decent AoE cone. He's just in the airs and the ground. So a lot of people would use him, including myself. And it's just a nice unit to have. So we'll always keep it at the top of A. But it's not really going to be pushed for S tier because his damage isn't crazy like that, okay? Then we've got Oden. Oden's actually could go higher. The thing is about Broly. Now this A tier is a bit of a stick situation. I put Itachi high because he's burn. It's very nice, and it's just going to easily break shields, and it's doing high damage. So it's obviously not going to be nothing crazy. You could say it's better than Yami, but Yami probably has better raw DPS and he's hybrid. So I mean, Itachi does have a better AoE. You know what? We'll keep Itachi high. Not Itachi, Yami high. It does more damage. Broly's full AoE. Naname's his damage got buffed, so you could say it's better than Broly. But at the same time, he's line AoE and Broly's full AoE, so it's not too much of an argument here. So a lot of these guys are kind of close. A lot of people have different opinions, and I would say maybe I'm a little bit off an A tier, but it's like they're not that far apart, you know what I mean? So yeah, just keep it like that if I'm being honest. Then we got a support tier. So I haven't made it a meta support and a regular support tier just because I don't think there's enough support units yet. Okay, I actually want to make some changes here. Do I want to put Lucky above, you know? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Support tier. So support tier is in order, but it's not really accurate because all support units realistically are going to be doing different things. Like, we could put her like all the way here. Like, realistically, if a unit's in support tier, you should just get them regardless. You shouldn't really worry too much about what tier they're in. Okay, that's the only one where you shouldn't worry about the ranking. So you need Bulma, she's a farm, and she's mostly used in short stages. Speedwagon makes your units cheaper, like to upgrade, which is already a meta thing in its own. It's a meta farm for longer stages, so you should get both of them. Andrew 21 buffs units range, and she just does a lot of damage, so you could put her in S tier for damage probably, but mostly you're gonna use her for her support, not just her damage alone. But yeah, very good unit. Then we got Lucky, who's got buffed, who stuns the enemies for 3 seconds and does a decent amount of damage. He's got line AoE, but it's quite thick, not too thick, but yeah, it's got low SPA too, so it's actually quite the decent unit. Yuno does slow for like 15 seconds, I forgot, I think, was it 15? I don't remember, but it does slow, and he's a better slow than Blackbeard. You got Pain, who's a full AoE stun unit, which you know a lot of people talk about, but he is. Water Goddess is pretty much kind of like Irwin, kind of. I mean, not really, it's not like Irwin at all actually, but it just buffs all your units or something along those lines. I'm not really they made changes to it, so I'm not sure how it works 100%, but I'm pretty sure it like buffs everyone's units if it's in range or something like that. But I'm not too, this is the one I'm kind of lacking knowledge on, but it's definitely a support unit, so just put in support tier. Like I said, it's not no ranking. Rukia frees the enemies. Blackbeard also slows the enemies, and Killua does stun, I think. I kind of forgot now. But Killua's probably the one you don't have to get out of all these support units. You can like ignore Killua, but get the rest, alright. They're not going to be too hard to get. I mean, some of them like Andrew 21 and maybe the mythics, I guess. But you should really be getting them. Maybe prioritize Pain last out of the mythics. I would definitely recommend you get Andrew 21. Obviously get both farms. Definitely get these two, and then you can get the legendaries quite easily. So yeah, just get all the units support tier pretty much, except from Killua, and maybe Pain last, okay? Then we've got the S tier. Now S tier is where it gets sticky, and we're gonna change up a little bit. Now the reason why I say that, I probably should scroll up a little bit, is because it really depends on the game mode, and they've made some changes. So with the balancing, so I feel like this might be a little off, okay? The only one, I don't know how good they are yet, is Rimuru. Rimuru has been buffed, and I personally don't have Rimuru. I don't know anyone with Rimuru, but it got buffed. So I don't know how, and no one's done like a showcase on YouTube. People have done it for all the other units, but no one's made a video like a buffed Rimuru. Like they showed all of the units but Rimuru, so I don't know. But what I can say is, Mihawk is S tier. Now a lot of people are like, bro, Mihawk doesn't do that much damage. It's the fact that he does more damage to bosses, and it's always useful. He's probably always going to be at the bottom of S tier, but he'll stay there for a decent amount of time, alright? So we need to get that established, okay? Now, what we also need to get established is Kaido after the buff. He got buffed twice. What can I say? He got buffed twice, basically. Obviously, the first one was just a bug fix, which made it more broken, because it's already supposed to be broken since day one. And then he got a little bit of a damage increase. It's just, Kaido's just him, okay? Now, this is where it gets sticky. First, we got Rimuru, which we'll talk about afterwards. I already talked about a little bit briefly. Mercury. Now, if this was an infinite tier list, you might put Bro over here. But if it's not, it's kind of like an overall tier list. So I'll put him here, because when he gets to infinite, he's quite broken. But when it's not infinite, he's still very good, if I'm being honest. He's not like insanely expensive, but he's getting pricey a little bit towards the end. But he's cheap to place down, and he does a solid amount of damage, solid AoE cone. So he is a very, very nice unit. Obviously, you need to get him. Like, they've made it so the still units from this update you need to get, but they're not like ruining the game, if that makes sense. They're not just dashing units that are meh. Like the Gohan, we're going to talk about last. Crazy. So, yeah, he's more of an infinite guy than a story unit, I guess. Go on, we'll talk about last, but yeah, still very solid. Okay, Then we got the Gamma Brothers. The Gamma Brothers nuke got buffed, so it might be better than Rimuru. But thing is, I've just not seen Rimuru, so I don't know. Rimuru could be all the way here for who I know. So I leave the comment section to let me know about Rimuru. That's the one I'm lacking knowledge on, if I'm being honest, and I don't think I'm ever gonna figure it out. So I'm just gonna drop this video without knowing about Rimuru. Now Rimuru before was actually still solid. It has a nuke and whatnot, and they did buff Rimuru in the latest patch with a bunch of the units, obviously. So I don't know how good Rimuru is. But Gamma, very, very broken, map wide nuke. So it might be better than Rimuru, might not. But I've got no clue. I mean, I could put it there for now, but that can easily be incorrect, okay? And most of you won't even get Rimuru, watch this video anyways. So, yep. And then we got Gohan. Now, let me just tell you about Gohan. Gohan, my goat. Cheap to place down. Hybrid. 1.25k to place down. Hybrid. I don't know what they did to Gohan, yeah, but this guy does a bit too much damage. Now, if it was infinite tier list, I would bump him down a little bit, but it's not, okay? Gohan's crazy. I'm a Gohan Glaze and I don't even have the unit, but I definitely need to get Gohan. But I can see if it was like infinite tier list, why people say put him down. If they've nerfed him, which they haven't said, I don't think they said they nerfed Gohan. He's broken. Gohan is just broken, like, I don't know what to say. He's very, very OP. Kaido's very good still, like, even after the buff, they've made him even better. So, yeah, the only one I'm sticking by is Rimuru. Obviously, get everybody in S tier. The only one you're going to struggle to get is probably Rimuru. Obviously, you struggle to get the rest as well, but the one lowest chance is Rimuru. So, yeah, I mean, should I say more? Gohan's a cheap beast with a ton of damage. Kaido is a full AoE with the ability, and he's mid-priced and does a lot of damage. Mercury, crazy inf unit. Number 1 DPS probably for infinite. Maybe not number 1, but he's definitely up there. Maybe number 1, I don't know. I don't do calculations like that. Gamma, map wide nuke, need I say more, and it's cheap to max out. Rimuru, a nuke, but we don't know how good it is. For all we know, Rimuru could be up here since he just got buffed, but I've not seen it. Whitebeard, full AoE with decent damage, but not really comparable to these units. So we could put Whitebeard all the way here, to be honest. And then Mihawk, 250% damage to bosses, and it's cheap to max out and place down. So it's always going to be meta, but it's always going to be at the bottom. So yeah, it'd be like something like this, or maybe like this. I don't know how good Rimuru is, that's the problem. But it's definitely S tier. But yeah, pretty much it. You guys probably wondering, am I going to do a whole zoomed out thing to look at the tier list? No, I need a little bit of the watch time on the video, since people usually skip to the end for tier lists. So yeah, subscribe, join the Discord, and make some more anime Reborn videos. Can't wait for AA. See you guys in the next video. Peace.